Okay, that's probably enough sick days. I mean, we found Sigma's fort like a week or two ago, and he's probably getting really impatient by this point, so I guess we should go in and stop his evil plan to kill all humans. I mean, I guess if we really have to. So after that cutscene, we're greeted with this new stage select theme and Sigma's constant scowl. I really wish he'd stop looking at me like that. Seriously, Sigma, it's rude and it's kinda creeping me out. Because that always works so well. Well, if Zero's taking care of the main forces, then this should be easy, right? And there's a turtle. Okay, either there were a lot of main forces, or Zero doesn't understand the Mega Man respawn rate. He really should. Should have gone together anyway, then this wouldn't be a problem. Ah well, this is a pretty cool segment anyway. I mean, of course, the music's awesome. I mean, it's got that great build-up in the beginning, and the song itself is pretty good. But I like this section as well. It's not too platformy, but it's got a good mix of enemies. Big enemies with lots of HP, and smaller enemies that move around pretty fast. It's actually a pretty good combination, and it feels like it's a pretty good sort of guard for Sigma's fort. Up next, though, we do have a more platformy section, with more of those helicopter guys. Because you see, Sigma's fortress is actually a sky fortress. No one ever mentioned that until now, but it is. See? Look at that. It's a little floating piece of land. It's actually pretty cool. But yes, this segment isn't too bad. Just remember that these guys will be coming in just off the screen out of nowhere, so you do need a good reaction time, otherwise they could push you off the platform and into your death. And here's a different mix of enemies. Again, it's like the beginning section where it's not too platformy, but we've got small cannons, but bigger blue guys with a lot of weapons like those missiles, or little electricity shots that go along the floor. None of these are really too bad, though. But it is a pretty cool segment, and again, it feels like they're actually trying to guard Sigma's fortress with a fairly competent force of guards. Then again, we have these guys, which really aren't strong at all, but whatever. Though speaking of guarding, look who it is. So that splitting up thing really didn't last long, did it, Zero? And then Vile said nothing. Well, let's go after him anyway. I mean, that's the smart thing to do. Yep, that's a fight going on. I want in too, damn it. Wow, really, Zero? Already? That was kinda sad. Also, that is a really weird layering issue. Will do, Zero. Will do. You might think so, Vile, but let me tell you this, oh, you're still talking. Okay, as I was saying, we've upgraded, so we can totally take you now. Of course, the room size is actually a bit of a problem because we got even less room to move around than we did in the first battle with Vile, and he's still just as undodgeable. He's not even really using his weapons, he's just walking into us, punching us, sometimes dashing through us. And it doesn't even seem like the Charged Buster is doing anything. Okay, we might still be in trouble. Yeah, probably, definitely in trouble. Okay, so this is definitely an unwinnable fight. After he's punched you for a while, he'll do this again, and it's over again. Okay, let me just put you over here, and I will gloat at you from a distance. Nothing can go wrong with this. Oh no, there's a Zero on my back. I couldn't see that one coming. Zero, what are you saying maybe to? We've kind of had a battle after that last conversation. Zero, no! Huh. I guess there wasn't a Mega Man Zero game after all. I think you mean to say you, me, and the anime power of friendship pose! I just told you, anime power of friendship... Wait, can you see the health meter? Says the guy that just got a health bar. So this battle is really easy. He'll just dash at you, he'll jump, throw some bombs at you, and sometimes he'll do that little trap shot. All of his attacks are easy to dodge. Even this one, you just have to make sure you jump right as that first one hits the ground. That way you dodge all the blasts. And as you might have noticed, Rolling Shield will make quick work of him. In fact, quick work is an understatement. Like, after all that build-up, Vile is really easy without his power armor. Is it just me, or is this music a little too upbeat for this situation? If you don't have the charged buster by this point, then Zero will actually give you his buster, and then that'll serve the same function. But alas, Zero is passed, and we must proceed alone. Now, I actually really do like the little music bit, because it fits for entering Sigma's Fortress, and for this moment as well. Just fits so well, because now our only buddy in battle is, well, dead, and we must go through alone. Also, speaking of going through, I'm just gonna use the frickin' Chameleon Sting charge, cause this section sucks and I hate it. Just a whole bunch of random enemies strewn about in a vertical section. But that's enough cheating. So, there were a lot of games between Mega Man 1 and this game, but for some reason they didn't go with the whole boss room thing that the later Mega Man games went with. You still find enemies just randomly standing around in Sigma's Fortress, and then you have to take them down there, in a specific order. So, yeah. I mean, I like it slightly better in this game than I did Mega Man 1, but then again, I like Sigma's Fortress better than I did Wily's Fortress in that game. Oh, and by the way, Boomer Kuwanger, much easier with a homing torpedo. Can't really do much to you. Especially thanks to the fact that he doesn't really have any invincibility frames. Okay, the intro to the song, a little less fitting after the death of Boomer Kuwanger. I don't think anyone really cares about him that much. So, okay, it's a bit weird there, restarting, but whatever, I'll still take it. This is the last section anyway, we just gotta deal with a bunch of more enemies. I do kinda like that. Sigma's Fortress 1 kinda has that theme of just, hey, let's lob a lot of enemies at you. They are frontal security. Yes, even the Metools. They are somehow our first line of defense. At least they're not the last line, I guess. And so we have our first fortress boss, Bow Spider. Now, this guy works off a Japanese drawing thing called Amidakuji. You've probably seen it before. It's also referred to as Ghost Leg. He'll start at the top and go straight down. However, if he sees some sort of line, he will cross that line, and he will reach a point at the bottom based on those. Now, this is a fairly easy battle if you're good at these sorts of things. I'm not really. Yeah. That one Mario Party minigame, yeah, I never was good at that one pipe game, so, bad at reading lines quickly, which isn't really good. If you are good at reading lines quickly, then, you can figure out where he's going to be. I guess it also helps if you sort of try to figure out what lines are just completely useless and block those out. And try not to let, close by lines distract you. You're definitely not going to want to get hit, though, because if you get hit, you're probably not going to have enough time to hit him, especially after he crosses about half health. And of course, he moves faster after crossing half health, so yeah, bit of a poor performance for this guy, but again, really not good at Amidakuji. Really not at all. Yeah, those segments, I don't even know how I'm supposed to read those fast enough other than just, just getting lucky. Oh, and speaking of getting lucky, yeah, thanks to the fact that I was in the air, I was able to recover from that hit quickly enough that I was able to hit him. Well, that was a pretty poor showing, and if I didn't have this armor, I'd be dead. So pretty good frontline, Sigma. I will give you that. Right, so unlike Mega Man 1, we do actually get a break between stages, so you don't have to just go through all the Sigma Fortresses in one go, so you recharge your weapon energy each time, which is pretty nice. Oh, and you can go grab any extra items you might have missed in the other stages. Now, I'm a little less fond of this stage. Not really fond of the music. It's kinda dull, it's not one of the more memorable themes, and it's not even that fitting, honestly. You know, usually these Fortress themes go for something more upbeat, or, something a bit more menacing. Doesn't really go for either here, though. It's just sort of there. Speaking of just sort of there, it's Chill Penguin, and he is even easier with his weakness. However, he does have invincibility frames. He'll only be able to try to slide into you, and because he's invincible while he's starting the attack up, yeah, he can't exactly do anything, so you have to wait it out. In fact, I think he slides more often if you use his weapon, just, so he annoys you. But really, it's not even that hard to dodge him, you just have to be ready. If you don't do damage, dodge immediately. Still easy, it's just, I think he's programmed to do the only thing he can to survive. Annoying, but hey, he's dead now. Who am I to complain? And he's down, so let's move on. Now this is nice, I do like this section. We just kill this random guy who's just standing in front of his car trying to look impressive. And now we have one last ride armor section. Honestly, I still kind of think the pits in Chill Penguin stage are a bit more intimidating than the pits in this stage, and obviously Sting Chameleon didn't even really have any major obstacles. That was a very easy ride armor segment. As is this one, though there are a few ride armor enemies, so you might take a bit of damage. It's not too bad though, and it's a short section overall. I'd also suggest going to the right, so you don't have to deal with those cannons, because they're annoying. I mean, you still technically have to deal with them because they can fire through walls, but you don't have to jump past them, and that's what's annoying. Also, it's suddenly daytime, even though it was, I don't know, dawn or dusk when we entered this fortress, and the sky was purple when we last saw it, like 20 seconds ago. So we might not have a charge attack we can use against Storm Eagle here, but Sting Chameleon's weapon is useful for this dive attack. Because of the way that the attack lingers before it actually fires out, it's a lot easier to hit Storm Eagle without accidentally getting hit yourself. You can fire, and then run away so you don't get hit. And while you still might miss, it's a lot better to do damage to him, because he's almost dead now. And bye. You were easy. Take that, America! So yeah, well, I don't like this stage too much. It is short, and also I do kind of like that section where you kind of just... It's a little tower connection segment. I don't know why, I just think it's kind of cool. I do kind of like that. I don't even know why, it's just aesthetically pleasing for me. It's a pretty cool sense of progression. Also, what are you doing past me? What the hell is this? You've been hit like 5 times. Got hit by a bat. Come on, past self. What the hell is this? Come on. Just like restart or something. Just hide your shame, man. That was terrible performance. I am so docking your pay for that. Anyway, this boss actually has a bit of backstory. At one point, Sigma was exploring the globe, and he saw this particular mural, which he based this guy off of. This is Rondabongda, the boss with the best name in the game. He's fairly easy. He has 3 different eye attacks. Blue is just charging at you. Green means it's going to fire shots at you, and red means it's going to do both. Also, sometimes he will close this wall around you and try to attack you with his nose. That is a very easy to attack to a dodge, though. Eyes a little less so. You don't want to kill this guy before you kill the eyes, even though that's really hard, because otherwise the walls won't actually return and it'll be a lot harder to hit the eyes. It's an easy boss, though. Just took him down like that. Well, Rongdamanda, you have the best name, but unfortunately you weren't able to stay around, so I guess we've got no choice but to move on.